person. You're gonna have to love their kid. Now, whether or not you stay in love with that person, that's another question. Which is what happened. I fell out of love with that person, so there's no ties there. But if we were going to build a relationship, I had to place in my mind, okay, I love this person, and that person is a part of that kid's life, and they need to be a part of that kid's life, so I need to love this kid. And I did, for as long as I love that person. And that is just a must in a relationship. That's my opinion. So.
Okay. What about you? What about you, DJ MK?
I think it's a bond that needs to be built with the I guess the guy or the woman,
child,
child, and both of them, because I don't find that you can just get up and be like, oh, I love you, child, come here. No, I think it's more like a bond. Like when you get to know the kid, you talk to them, see their likes, see their dislikes. You just grow to love them. It takes time. You can't just rush someone who's a stranger in your life and be like, you know, as I said, oh, come here. No, like, you can't do that.
What is that? What is the no? Come here. Let me know.
But it's, as I said, it's a bond. It's time. It takes time.
That's true. So I guess what I was trying to figure out is for these, you know, single mothers. That's what we see a lot lately. We see a lot of girls putting themselves in certain situations that cause them to be single mothers. And sometimes you see a single mother who's like completely trashed out. And, you know, half of the time it all comes down to the type of men who come in and out of their lives. And then you go around deep into the story. And sometimes maybe the guy didn't stay because of something that has to do with the kid. And sometimes some of these kids are getting raped, right? So, I mean, what type of environment, like, do you think, like, or what can we women ourselves do to support these type of single mothers to, you know, to also have some sort of self-value for themselves? Because I think half of the time too, at least from what I've seen, is that a mother who does not have any children compared to a mother who has children, the one who doesn't have any children half the time thinks she's better than the one that has a kid and is a single person. And we tend to look down on each other a lot. Because you've been on the bus where a kid will start crying and it's a single mom who looks like she's losing her damn mind. And then the whole bus, which majority of the time is filled with women, everybody's like turning down like,
yeah, shut that baby up.
You know, like, shut that baby up. But then,
why can't you calm your kid?
Yeah,
you know,
I pick the kid and go inside, you know.
I don't like that. I don't like that. So.
But you know, I mean, why don't you, sometimes I feel like, why don't we, as a woman, when we see another woman struggling like that, kind of step in and maybe try to comfort the child with her, that make her feel like she's alone, she's an outsider. Because half of the time they're very embarrassed when their kids do this. Like the other day I was on the bus and there was this lady and her daughter was extremely loud. Like her daughter was extremely loud and she's just moving around, mommy I want gum, mommy I want Becca. And I mean, she shouldn't be screaming that because she's already like too heavy for her age, because she can even pronounce words, but yet she has twice the stomach of mine. So I was like, no, you don't need a burger, you need the gym, and you need to run or just go outside and play time. You know, and her mom is just like steam faced, like thinking about something, because her mind was just out. And once again, the bus filled with generally more women than men. Everybody, and even the older women that you think will bring wisdom to the situation, were all like just side watching her and like mumbling something to themselves. The two Spanish ladies saying something and giggling to themselves. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but you're talking shit about her. That I can feel and I know. Okay, sorry, you're talking smack about her. That I can feel and I know, right? So it's one of those where I feel like if we all stepped in to help, it would work. And then what I tried to do was try to make funny faces at the kid. That's the most I try to do. So I'm concerned, why don't other women, or is that when we see another woman struggle, do we not step in to support the situation or to help them, make them feel they're not alone? DJ,
y'all gonna hate me.
No, go ahead. No,
there's two sides to the story.
Okay.
My side, I'm the single woman that gets decided. Now my reason to this is because I was a kid. I was the bad kid on the bus. Okay, my mom tells me all the time I would scream. You know what they are. Mama, I'm confessing it all today. Father, forgive me for I have sinned. But I was that kid, but I feel like when you take your kid in public, because I have a nephew who's horrible with that, they should know this. They should know when you're in public, you act a certain way. Now, when I give you the side eye, it's not to be like, girl, this is embarrassing. Like, girl, you should have taught them when you was at home, when you're on the bus, to act right. It's not to say I'm embarrassed, because I get it. You're a single mom, your kids act out. But you have to instill that in the kid before you get to this point. Because you get to this point, now everybody's looking at you like, dude. And I'm pretty sure not everyone's saying to themselves, this is embarrassing, you're a single mom. I'm pretty sure they're like, why didn't you talk to your kid before you got on the bus? Because that's what I think. So I don't mean to be the mean person, but you had a kid, be prepared for it. And I think if you have a kid, you should have had that whip. You know? You should have had that whip. I'm not whipping it, I'm on the bus, but it's okay because I got no kid. You know? I'm just saying.
Okay. I like your point of view. I like your touch on that, you know. But if I can defend that side of it, let me just do that. I feel like, you know what, kids will always be kids no matter where you take them, right? Like, you can whoop them at home to keep it quiet. When you're home and they do something bad, they know they're gonna get whooped because nobody's here. But kids, whether you know it or not, take advantage of situations. Because they're in public, they know mom does not want to look bad. So half of the time when mom is be like, no, stop it, Billy, like, stop, no, stop. He's just chilling. You know, just continues like, oh, she's not whipping me yet. So you see in this kid's eye, like, oh, I'm going to keep it up. You know, it's like, oh, she's not whipping me. Good job. I'm going to keep it up. And they do it. I have seen, like, have you seen the video of the kid who was, like, headbutting his mom? Because she kept stopping him, and then the man is like, whoop him. Take off the belt, whoop him. I said, take off the belt, whoop him. In my head, I was like, at that point, I will hold that baby down for the mom to whoop him. This kid was just extremely bad. So honestly, in the defense for those mothers, I'm gonna tell you, having been a babysitter for so long now, kids are just bad, and they see an opportunity where they can get away with something, they will keep it up. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you have to say?
You know, I agree with what both of you guys are saying, right? But I wanted to address this point you made, Lady Mensa, about participating in that disciplinary action, like helping the mothers out. But my thing is, if I'm an onlooker on the bus and I help that mother out, and then after the mother scolds me, after I'm trying to help her out, telling her, you know, what